In this case, what I do is I started development of content server in 1999, and so I was one of the early adopters. Maybe I think I started using Seaside around 2012 or so. Was in the best of transition, so a lot of things learned. Maybe some of them I should unlearn, but out of sheer problems, I started doing this. So what I do is I go to my new module and I basically will come to where the module is, and I know that this can work. So the best thing to do here is to come here and make a copy of it and say something like we call it golden. So, so the intention of golden is when we accidentally do certain things while compiling and other things, you you will sometimes create inconsistencies and nothing will start up. Obviously, there are ways to get through it by hacks and the INI file and other things. If there is time, I'll show you manual removal and other things. But in any case, so this part is what is getting called when you are starting development. So if there is uh, uncompilable stuff in the OLL file, it won't start up. And the best thing to do at this point is to create a parallel one called new folder called O space backup. So you know what it is. And then move that guy over here. The reason why we are doing that is when you make changes, internally it refers to um, the O space and writes to O space, but essentially it'll it may actually write it to the golden. It won't write it to the what you think it is happening. So it's best to keep that separate. So at this point, we can see our new output test API here. Doesn't have anything. Good. So we got our output test API here. So here we are gonna try to change something. So we have setup, funky prefix, and all those things here. Nothing really major. So let's see whether we can modify something here. What you can do is go to Oscript. Always do it from Oscript. Override features. Okay, so this web module has a lot of things that you can do, and what can you do with it is basically all these things. You will have to actually look at what you can do. Anytime you override something, what happens is it will get thrown in so that it can be compiled. So let's say what is a good one here. So f func fix all those things. So I I basically overrode dynamic HTML file. I really don't know what I'm doing here, but basically that's how you override that thing. And let's say that that's not interesting. So I am going to make a change on my F version. So one here, when I do a save here, since I'm on automate, I'm not on build automatically, you won't see it. But if I turn this to build automatically, as soon as I make a change here, you can see the building 37% and things like that. So that is here. So what happened? So building has completed. So if you go back to your OLL file, you can see that that corresponds to the time of the change. So let's do one more change here. You can also do it from override features. Why that did not work? Oh, that's because what override did stop the listener. That's why. Okay, nothing big happened. So something crashed on it. Socket server thread stopped. I don't know. Maybe it crashed. Check open text and see there's no dump file here. Okay, that looks good. Override HTML. There's nothing to save it because the server isn't running and I have crashed it. So the server isn't running. So expect all of these things to happen while you are developing. So I'm gonna stop my builder. Yes. At this point, I've caused this crash completely. So don't know what happened. Best thing to do is to go and fill it via this. Right. Okay. So hopefully that it happened. And so other thing that one you can do is again come run this. This time you won't see the do you want to stop because it's already stopped. Okay. At this point, we can go back and look at our test API thing. You can see all the things that you can change here. Okay, so we want this to change to 1 point, and I change that, and it looks good. Go to Module Explorer and go and look. This is the running code of Test API. The one that I changed should say 1 now. No, hasn't taken the change here. Okay, why is that? I thought it would. So we can come here and stop it and restart. I could have shown that it used to dynamically update the Oscript side. For some reason, it isn't. These might be quirks in the whole development cycle. Let's check what we did there. Still saying 10R0. And I think we did make this 10R1. Okay, so whatever we are doing here is not getting reflected on the other side. Maybe. That only be the the build automatically or something was in that is why. This side we have 10R1, and on the module side, which is the compile code, we have 10R1. Okay, so this looks like it's a stable run. So the only thing that will be remaining is basically this. See, this one still hasn't refreshed. So we have to make sure our INI file also reflects the change for that. So let's go and look at whether there's a script that we can open. Here on the Oscript side, we come here and we say Oscript override features, and we'll take the zero dump module config to file. Okay, so basically this is the one that refreshes the um, thing. So I will override that and actually run it. And see the green thing. So now it has been compiled. So I can run the script. Okay, verify that manually. Voila. So everyone is compiled. Okay, so that ends this